The conbini boys. They're the conbini boys. They're the conbini boys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Matt, how are you doing?
Well, Mike, I haven't felt this good in a long time. Some big changes are underway. Of course, we have a new president of the United States.
Oh, yeah.
And Donald Trump no longer on Twitter. And so, I was taking care of some business in the bathroom the other day. And, we have an active Twitter account. And I do a lot of my tweeting. I'll admit it, from the bathroom. It's sort of my home office. And
Sure.
I thought to myself, for the last 4 years, the United States federal government has been run from a toilet bowl by Donald Trump on Twitter. So I'm just grateful that that's not happening anymore. Turning down the old temperature with Uncle Joe. Feeling great about it. How are things with you, Mike?
Yeah, man, things are great. I feel the same way, feeling great. 2021, things started off pretty crazy, but now things seems to be calming down. And, last week also, we took a week off and it was fun, looking back at some of those amazing memories that we've had throughout this, throughout the podcast here. But, that's 1 week without my fix of the conbini. So I'm really excited to get in and just, see what's going on at the conbini and, talk conbini with you today.
I'm pumped up, Mike, and I gotta say, it looks like you're at is that a Ministop? Mike, what's going on? What's going on over there?
Yeah, Matt, I'm at a Ministop, and, actually it looks like, are you at a Ministop as well?
Oh, geez, Louise, my goodness, I too am at a Ministop. Wow, a B-tier conbini here, Mike, that's right. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Ministop, a conbini we don't talk about often. We've only mentioned it maybe only once, but this week we're taking a deep dive into, again, a B-tier conbini. So very excited about this, Mike.
That's right, yeah. So, we've been busy with the conbini tournament it's been 2 months probably now, and so we thought, look, things have calmed down, and let's take some time and look beyond the big three and check out some of those other B-tier conbinis. And today we're starting with Ministop. So, Matt, you know what? Our listeners, they probably haven't heard much about Ministop. And so, for the next couple weeks, I think we're going to be looking at some of these other conbinis. And so to start off, Ministop, let me just give you a little background of what Ministop's all about. So, Ministop, based out of Chiba Prefecture, was founded in 1980. And Ministop actually is a part of the Aeon Group, the huge retailer. And, smaller, only, about 2,000 shops in Japan, but also a lot of shops throughout Asia. And actually, there are more Ministops in Korea than there are in Japan, which...
Wow.
I thought was really interesting. So what makes Ministop special? So there's a lot, but I'd say one of the big things is that Ministop sort of sees itself as a combo shop. It's part conbini, part fast food establishment. There's a lot that goes into that. But one of the big things they have in each of their stores an eat-in space. So, I think you're in one of those locations right now.
That's right.
As you can see here, all of their shops, since they founded, have had this eat-in space. So this is a picture from 1980. That's the first Ministop. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks almost like a fast food restaurant, right? And, throughout the ages, they've kind of moved their way up, and now they have more sort of, contemporary style seating. But, it's not just the in-house eating, facilities. It's also sort of the interesting variety and unique items that they have on the shelves, right?
That's right, Mike. And I gotta tell you, I have some big regrets in my life, having now thoroughly perused the Ministop item list. I'll admit, I probably have been to a Ministop, but I never sought one out. But they got some great items that other conbini just don't have, Mike. I'm just going to point out a few. First, their hot box has some great French fry selection. We're talking consomme flavored tater tots. We're talking waffle fries, Mike.
Wow.
We're talking a French fry wiener combo in a box. And we're talking about your rigid fries. And, of course, your standard, just McDonald's style straight old fries. Also in that hot box, Ministop is doing a lot with wieners. We actually featured a very innovative wiener last year. This was the double cheese katsu dog. This was pork katsu with katsu sauce fried with cheese on top. 2 kinds of cheese.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of corn dogs, and actually I'll be featuring one of these sausage items in just a few moments, Mike.
But boy.
Yeah, doing great stuff in the hot box, but undoubtedly, Ministop's claim to fame is their ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
And they've platformed it, Mike. Their ice cream, this is a chassis. They're throwing all kinds of top hats on this. It can be a Ford Fiesta or an F-150. They got something for everybody, okay? Let's take a look at the lineup here. First and foremost, undoubtedly, their most famous product, the iconic soft serve cone. Oof. And Mike, this thing's had more updates than Apple's iOS, okay? They've been working on this since 1980, their vanilla soft serve. Okay, they've had multiple releases, including in 2020. Okay, they use Hokkaido milk, and they got that cone. They've been working on the cone, too. It's not just the ice cream. They've been improving the cone as well. It's just a standard cone with some soft serve vanilla in it, ladies and gentlemen, but it's a classic, okay? Again, something for everybody. They dressed this up, Mike. They got a chocolate Ichigo strawberry soft serve. This thing looks like it's going to the Oscars, okay? This thing is dressed up for the red carpet. We got a chocolate waffle cone, strawberry soft serve, pistachio nuts dusted on top. Ooh, boy.
Oh, my.
But again, F-150 or a Ford Fiesta, okay? They got it in a dish. They got it in a waffle cone. They got it in a plain cone. They got it in a twist. Whatever you want, they've got it, okay?
Oh,
we gotta move through it. I got more, Mike.
Boy.
Parfaits. Let's talk parfaits. I'm a Dairy Queen guy, Mike. I don't know about you. Happy tastes good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? This just reminds me of Dairy Queen for some reason. We're looking at a pudding parfait, okay? This is vanilla ice cream with caramel pudding in it with little dusts of, looks like, what is that, brulee or nuts on top? My goodness. By the way, double the size for only 70 yen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I gotta believe the ice cream folks at Ministop, you just slap on some slow release opioids, hop in the freezer, and play around like you're in Minecraft. It's just buck wild over there. But again, Ford Fiesta or an F-150, Mike, boom. We got cake, hot chocolate cake with a dollop of soft serve vanilla on top. We're looking at a volcanic molten chocolate cake, oozing chocolate sauce, vanilla ice cream on top. Parfaits, chocolate with cake, soft serve. It's just incredible, Mike. And I'm not done yet. I'm going to feature one more item later in the show. But yeah, ice cream, that's where Ministop is playing.
Oh, my God. Wow, I had no idea that Ministop... I knew that they were big on the ice cream, but I had no idea that there was that variety of, ice creams in there. That is amazing. I'm trying to get to Ministop and get some ice cream as soon as I can.
Absolutely. And to kind of continue on with the hot items at Ministop, Mike, I have each picked out a couple here that struck us. And let's go ahead and take a peek at your first item.
All right.
What do we got here? Ooh.
Yeah, Matt, we've got a huge innovation going on right here. So our listeners, we're looking at it's takoyaki. We've talked about takoyaki before. It's like balls of octopus that are sort of crispy and creamy. But Matt, at the conbini there is takoyaki, but this is in the hot box. I think you can see. These are poppers right here. This is similar to like a Karagekun. And I don't know why nobody else has done this, because this is a great idea of how to get more into the takoyaki at the conbini, because this looks great to me. I'd love to grab these and pop right into my mouth. I don't know about you.
Mike, there's nothing better, and they've managed to put the sauce and mayonnaise inside the takoyaki balls there. Yeah, no better way to fuse your mouth shut with molten hot takoyaki. That is absolutely outstanding. And it looks like they give you a healthy serving there. Probably 8 balls in there.
Yeah, for 200 yen, $2. That is not bad at all.
Ooh, boy. All right. All right, let's stick with the hot box here. I got one myself here, Mike, that I want to pull up on screen. This goes back to the wiener stuff that Ministop is doing. Now, you said they got more stores in Korea than Japan. This is what they're calling the Sotoku wiener. I don't even know what this is. This is a stick with 4 miniature wieners laid parallel to each other. And they're breaded and fried, and then on top you have mayonnaise and gochujang, that great fermented chili paste so popular in Korea. That's spread out on top, Mike. Gosh, hard to say anything about this except, man, where do I get one? How do I get one?
Yeah. And like you said in past episode, gochujang, it's one of those things you put on anything, it makes it better. And this is another thing that I noticed with Ministop. They've got a lot of action going on the skewer. Like a lot of, places they'll put a wiener on it. They'll put a, American dog on it. But they have like multiple dimensions, things sort of, horizontal instead of vertical, and they really kind of stuff a bunch in there. And so the skewers out of and especially the wieners out of Ministop also on top of their game.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a look at you picked out one more item. That's fine. Let's pick out. You got one more item here, Mike. Let's see which. Oh,
This is
what is that?
This is going to be no surprise to you. I'm a corn fanatic. I love corn, and I love deep fried corn. And what this is, Matt, this is a tomorokoshi age. This is deep fried corn. And for our podcast listeners, you can't see, but what this is they've apparently taken all of the kernels off of the husk of a corn, and then they've sort of remolded it back into the shape of a corn on the cob. And then they've deep fried that with butter and everything inside there. I mean, this is just a dense block of corn, and it looks pretty damn good to me.
Wow, Mike, the innovation here. This is almost like paving a road where you've managed to fuse together all these little miniature stones and lay down a firm piece of gravel. That's what they've done here with the corn kernels. I don't know what they're using to fuse those together, but that is...
Yeah.
Oh, they've got chicken in this too, Mike. I don't know if you saw that, but they have they've got some chicken.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God. Wow. I don't actually know how I feel about that, to be honest. I would have liked just the corn, but apparently there's it looks like ground chicken within that.
Chicken. There's ground chicken in there.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what
insane
work here. Yeah, crazy stuff here. Innovation out of control at Ministop. All right.
Yeah.
Back to ice cream here, Mike.
Okay.
Because my last product I want to feature. This is honestly one of the most exciting things I've seen out of any conbini. This is called the Hado ice cream. Okay, the Hado ice cream. This is a seasonal item, so it's not coming out until April this year. What we're talking about is it's almost like a parfait. We have 3 layers in a clear plastic cup. On the bottom, we have fluffy shave ice. Okay? Wow. Above that, we have fruit jelly. Above that, we have the Ministop soft serve, okay? And Mike, this gets better, okay? Because like everything at Ministop, they've been improving it, updating it since 1995. I'm going to list a few of the flavors they brought out just last year.
Oh my God.
They had the ramune, the famous soda drink. They've had strawberry, grape, mikan, or what do you call it? Little mini oranges, mandarins, salty lychee, and peach.
What?
This is an array of colors, Mike. I gotta believe, Picasso were to look at this, he'd only be inspired to paint the greatest masterpiece he's ever done in his entire life. And really interesting story. They call it hado hado. It's apparently a Filipino word, which means kind of mix it up. And it's all about sort of free form, imaginative ice cream. So they're just playing around.
Wow. Yeah, man, I was shocked. I saw just that first one that you showed, the sort of landing page for this, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. And then you're not kidding. They update it every year with various flavors. There's probably, 30 to 50 flavors total they've released.
At least,
and
yeah.
this is not just like this one's got some grape sauce, this one's got some strawberry sauce. These are completely, like aesthetically different. And yeah, the sort of innovation going on here. What is that? That's like a cup on top of the cup holding in the fruit. What the hell is going on there? Oh my goodness. Man, I had no idea. Wow, I'm completely blown away by Ministop. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a week exploring Ministop, and good news, everybody. We're going to begin folding in the Ministop new items into the weekly scoreboard. So, Ministop, welcome aboard to the Conbini Boys. We're happy to have you here.
Yep, welcome, and soon, as we're going through these other conbinis, we're going to be adding them as well. So we're going to be, the door is opening up to conbinis across Japan. No more just the big three, and I'm super excited because man, even just this week looking at those items from Ministop, I'm pumped up.
Absolutely, my goodness.
Oh man!
All right, Mike. Well, a little bit different pattern here. We're leading off with the lead story this week, but we got some Chicky Wars this week, Mike.
Oh, we do.
As usual. And this week, 2021 has officially heated up here. We got a lot of chickies to cover. First up, Mike, we got a brawl that. I'm curious to get your take on this. But out of Family Mart, we have a new Poke Chiki.
Yep.
And almost banned from the podcast just a few weeks ago. New Poke Chiki out. This is a yuzu flavored Poke Chiki.
Oh boy.
Yuzu Kosho flavored Poke Chiki. But not just that, Mike. Out of Lawson, we have a Karagekun Sudachi flavor here, Mike. Sudachi, of course, that mysterious citrus that actually has no juice in it. But we got a dueling citrus chicken nugget battle here between Lawson and Family Mart. What's your take on this?
Yeah, man. I like my citrus with chicken. And this Sudachi, it's not just Sudachi, it's also ponzu, which is that citrus sauce that we love. And it's really a shame, I gotta say. Poke Chiki, like you said, almost banned, but just like on the verge of just being knocked completely out. They come out with this great flavor. Yuzu Kosho, one of the great flavors of Japan. Yep. And just, unfortunately, up against the Karagekun, it just looks like, Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. This is what I thought. Like Logan Paul, working hard, training, but, has only been boxing for a couple years and not really known for boxing, coming up against perhaps the greatest chicken nugget, purveyor in the whole world. So I don't know, Matt. I feel bad because it's, the citrus, the yuzu, these are almost like, 4 balls. This is a free walk. This is as easy as it gets. And to be confronted like that, it just really makes me sad. But I'd say, this is a good flavor. So, hey, you're still on the, you're still in the lineup here, Poke Chiki, but, just keep fighting. And I gotta say, I kind of like, their spirit, they're coming out swinging. So I love it.
They got spunk for sure, Mike, but I think you're right. I think the Floyd Mayweather, Paul Logan comparison is apt. Yeah, sudachi ponzu. That sounds outstanding.
That's amazing. Yeah.
My goodness. We'll see what happens in that battle. But we got more
Yeah.
Chiki to talk this week, Mike. Again, 2021 officially heating up. Let's take a look at Family Mart here. They got 2 out this week. First up, they have the taru sauce Chiki here, Mike. What we're looking at is a Family Chiki with tartar sauce. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about it, mayonnaise and diced pickles are inside a Family Chiki. I don't know how I feel about this, Mike, but my gut tells me not good. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to see that, the conbinis are continuing to be inspired by Long John Silver's. We saw the the Karagekun a number of weeks back. It was the Tater Maniac Karagekun, and I liked it, and I gotta say I'm excited for this one. I agree it looks a little sketchy, but I'm sort of in the Tater mood these days, and so I'm gonna be getting in there. I will say I'm a little suspicious. The tartar sauce looks all right, but that chicken looks a little bit shiny, doesn't it? Do they have some sort of is there some sort of sauce on top of that? I'm not sure. Is that just a super crispy one? I don't know. So, that's something I'm looking out for, but I'm definitely going to try and get in and get this.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing your review at the genba. Yeah, not sure what to say about the sheen on that Chiki other than, hey, I like it. All right. Last Chiki this week, Mike. We're going back to Family Mart. This is a chicken steak here, so not a fried chicken. This is what they call a double oven, which we think means twice baked. It's got also 2 kinds of pepper on it. Straight up chicken breast with the chicken. Actually, probably chicken thigh. Actually, it's probably multiple parts of the chicken fused together somehow. Alchemy we don't understand. With the chicken skin on here, Mike, and I got to tell you, this thing. I'm just looking at the bottom left of this Chiki. This thing looks like it's about to open up the floodgates. You bite into this thing and watch out. You might want to, bite in and duck because this thing's going to start spraying. A broiled chicken. I love it.
Yeah.
Big fan of this already.
Yeah, and 2 types of pepper. That's a common theme we see. Always love to see the multiple peppers. Like you said, this looks crispy as hell. I hope that it can hold that juice because you're right. I could see this being a one bite, and that it's all gone. It's not, the juice is just between the crust and the chicken. So I don't know. That scares me a little bit, but it looks amazing. I agree. I really like this one as well.
All right, so that's Chicky Wars. They are heating up, Mike. So excited to see 2021 finally get up and running.
Yeah, me too. All right, Matt. Well, hey, you know where we're heading. We're heading to the scoreboard. Lots of items this week, but we're heading over to the scoreboard, and I'm going to give you the numbers. Family Mart, 59 items. Lawson, 42 items. 7-Eleven, 91 items. Any thoughts?
Nothing other than it's about time. Here we are, 3rd week of 2021, and everybody is pretty much back to normal. 7-Eleven hasn't hit the century mark quite yet, but they're teasing it at 91. So, yeah, here we are. Everything's up and running.
Yep. No, I agree. All right. Well, as always, we're going to take a look at our picks for the week. This time from the big 3 next week and beyond. Maybe we're going to be looking at some more conbinis. But let's just go ahead and look at your loser for the week, Matt. So here, I'm going to throw it up here now, and boom.
Yeah, Mike. Back from the dead, we got the Pablo Cheese Tart Waffle Cone here, Mike. It's not just back, Mike, but it's now taking new forms. The Pablo Cheese Tart, of course, we featured probably back in episode 3, probably 40 weeks ago. Pablo Cheese Tart, to remind our listeners, is a specialty shop that sells one thing, a cheese tart with 3 different cooks. You can get it rare, medium rare, or well done. I did take a look at their website. It is morphing out of control. They got frappes, they got ice creams, they got coffees, and now they got soft serve with apricot sauce at Lawson here, Mike. I haven't seen an item like this, I mean, what's going on here? What's it gonna take to kill Pablo Cheese Tart? We might need a vaccine. Can we call up Pfizer to cure us from the Pablo Cheese Tart? It just won't go away. What is happening?
Yeah, Matt. Wow. I gotta say, first off, we had the best of Conbini Boys last week, and I'm glad to see our old friend Pablo Cheese Tart, but you know what? It makes me think. There's some companies, there's some brands that there's a certain limit to like how big you can get. Like a company like Amazon has almost infinite growth.
Right.
Amazon could, it can do supermarkets, it could do gas stations, it could do cheese tarts. But Pablo Cheese Tart, it can only go so far, and I worry when companies like that try to push it too hard, they end up falling under. So, Matt, I agree. I'm confused. I'd like to see, it was enough in a drink. I don't know. Who knows? Next, we're going to be seeing Pablo Cheese Tart, clothes or something. I don't know. I don't know where this is going.
Maybe we'll get the Pablo Cheese Cart hatchback. I don't know where this is going.
All right, Matt. Well, mine is a little bit less exciting, but definitely a loser. Matt, my loser for this week. This is the cup salad. And we love to see vegetarian options and vegetables at the conbini, but Matt, this is out of Family Mart. Our podcast listeners can't see, but this is, can you really call this a salad? This is maybe 3 leaves of lettuce, and then you have...
I'm counting 6.
Okay, 6. Then you have about a quarter centimeter by a 3 centimeter. You got 2 little flaps of pepper, and then I guess that's a teeny bit of onion. That's it, and that's 200 yen. We've seen so many interesting and exciting salads out of the conbini, and I just don't really understand what this is and why it was created.
Yeah, just picture the last salad you had on an American Airlines or Delta flight. Cut it in half. That's what we're looking at here. Yeah, Mike, that's the word. It's a flap of pepper. What is that? I mean, it looks like they shaved it under a microscope. It's not even there. You can practically see through the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
What a joke.
Yeah, you sneeze and that you lost it. It's gone. So. All right, Matt. Okay, enough of that. Let's go on to our winners. I'm always excited to see what your winner is, and this week, boom. Oh, boy.
Mike, I'm on a sweets kick this week. This is the Butter Hot Cake Man. This is a sweet man, okay? We're talking nikuman here, of course, the famous steamed bun with the ground pork inside. This is a dessert version of that. So we're looking at like a hot pancake with syrup inside, ladies and gentlemen. Just imagine like a handheld, soft, fluffy pancake with syrup injected into it. You take a bite of that, Mike. Pair it with a Georgia Beto. Coffee there, and my God, just end it because life doesn't get any better than that.
Oh, man.
I am excited about that.
Matt, you picked up a true crown prince this week. This is beautiful. This is also, it looks like a collaboration with Morinaga, the legendary sweets company. Matt, every Sunday at my household, that's pancake day. And, pancakes, for me, they mean comfort. There's nothing that makes me feel more relaxed to just sit down, have a flapjack. And, this is something that I've been dreaming about. You know what else makes me feel that way? It's Mons. It's the Nikuman. And to bring these two together like this is quite a sight to see. And, wow, I'm just proud to be able to witness this guy right here. This is amazing. Great choice. Thank you. All right, Matt. My last one I think might surprise you a little bit, but let me explain myself. So my winner for this week, this is from 7-Eleven. This is the Asahi Super Dry
Already.
That's it. But yes, already. This is the sakura, the cherry blossom label. This comes out, every spring. And Matt, like what's going on here? Why is this your winner for the week? We know the flavor, we know the can, but Matt, this is a new day, and it's been a long winter already, and it was a long 2020, and with the inauguration, with things changing, I'm looking forward to the future, and I'm looking forward to nothing more than cherry blossom season. And you know what? The Konbini, it's not just releasing items, it's releasing dreams and hopes and things to look forward to. And next time I get into 7-Eleven, I'm going to go to that drink section, see that cherry blossom, and I'm going to start having these memories and these dreams that I'm looking forward to when I'm going to be having this under the cherry blossom trees. So, Matt, this is a sentimental pick this week. Nothing new, not a new item, but one that really hit my heart this week.
Great choice here, Mike, and I love what they've done with this can. It's bright pink. This thing is a billboard, and yeah, there's nothing better than getting hammered under a cherry blossom tree with a cherry blossom themed can of beer. And I agree, Mike. Push it out early. It's been a rough year.
Yep.
Let's get this out. Get people excited for the future. Yeah, cherry blossom season. It's official. It has started.
Yeah, it has started in January. So. Yep. All right, Matt. Well, that's it for the scoreboard this week.
All right. Well, it's time for my favorite segment now. That's At the Genba with Mike. Mike, you're at the Genba, the place where the action happens. You got a couple items to review for us this week. What do you got for us?
That's right, Matt. I've got a couple, and let me just go right at it. So, all right, Matt. So the first one here, this is one that I know that both of us were really excited about. This is the tomachi. That's the tomato and cheese flavored, aka pizza flavored El Chiki. And Matt, let me just give it to you straight. I'll give it a 3-star.
Oh.
Yeah. It had the sort of the tomato flavor, and but what I would have preferred is maybe even like a little bit of like a pizza sauce sort of thing. The tomato flavor was a little elusive, but I will give marks to the cheese. It was straight up, it was like they said, the mozzarella and the Gouda, but the mozzarella flavor was stronger, and I felt like this is something we've talked about. The legendary cheese in Chiki that we've been searching for. This wasn't it, but like we talked about before, I think that is the key. Keep the cheese simple, and that might be the answer. So it was a 3-star, but something that I'm excited for the future.
Well, a little disappointing. We certainly had high hopes for the pizza Chiki here.
Yeah.
But the tomato sauce, you can't even see it in the picture, so
right.
Yeah, elusive. That makes sense. Yeah, and they've whittled it down from 4 to 2 cheeses. Yeah, that seems to be the way to go. We hypothesized that, so it looks like we're on the right track there. So, okay, 3 stars. A little disappointing. What else do you got this week?
Yeah, I've got another one, and this is a kind of a legendary item in the Konbini Boys universe. We a couple of weeks back, first ever, and probably the last time ever, our loser for the week was the same item, and Matt, I'm talking about this guy right here. This is the pizza sandwich. It's not pizza. There's nothing really about pizza. The potato chips happy butter flavored pizza sandwich. Yeah, like I said, we both thought this was one of the worst items we'd ever seen. Confusing, baffling, just didn't make any sense. And, I'm I'm happy to tell you we were right on. This is one of the worst items I've ever had. So what it was like a little pita or something. It was a little wrap. And inside it had this goo that you can see. It was like a cheese.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a cheese sort of thing, but basically it just sort of tasted like a sweet sour cream.
A sweet sour cream.
Yeah, that's the best that I could.
Troubling. Although now that we're looking at the marketing image on the Family Mart website, there is a bowl of honey next to what looks like a dish of sour cream, Mike. So
yeah,
apparently you were tasting the correct things. They meant for that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I will say that this advertising was not false. I will say it was much smaller than this picture, which is a massive. I mean, this looks like like a Chipotle burrito almost. Yeah, Matt. So it was awful, and you know what? It got me thinking. Like, what are they doing here? Family Mart, Calbee. These are two legendary brands. They have there's no real sense to like why they would make this item. Right. But then I started looking, and I was like, what? Who is this Calbee guy? That's what I was starting to think. So I kind of talking about this guy. So I did a little research, Matt. This is his name's the Potato Boya. In other words, the Potato Boy. And I think that he looks like this jolly little character, but it got me thinking. I don't really know anything about this guy. I don't know what he's doing, where he came from, and so I'm kind of making a plea to our listeners. If anybody knows anything about what this guy, what he's doing, any of his backstory, let us know, because the only thing I can imagine is that it's this guy who, this Potato Boy who sort of pulled this thing together.
You think this is a madman?
I think he's a damn madman, Matt.
Yeah, we're looking at a cartoon potato wearing a sash that reads potato, and he has a white and red striped top hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. And to make it even more confusing, you did send a photo of the packaging. The name of this product is Happy Sand.
Yeah.
So even more confusing. They're calling this Happy Sand, one word, SAND. Didn't bother to throw the O on that. It's a Happy Sand. Sounded like, gosh, yeah. I guess I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
To hear this terrible review.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yes. Yeah.
What was cause any trouble, or how was the?
Yeah, I gotta say it didn't come out very well either. This thing was just bad going in, bad going out. I mean, one of the true worst items probably anybody's ever seen at the conbini. So yeah, Matt, I'm kind of happy to tell you that, and every once in a while I feel like it's my duty to get in there and try some of our losers as well.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you a pro, Mike. You get in the trenches, So all right, everybody. All right. Well, that wraps up. Mike, this was actually one of my favorite episodes in a while. Love taking a deep dive into Ministop, and looking forward to returning to it. Thanks to everybody for listening to the podcast. Be sure to rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, however you get your podcasts. Also, check us out on YouTube. Subscribe and like, and view exactly what we're talking about as we are talking about it. Also, check us out on social media. We're very active on Twitter. You can see all kinds of stuff happening there. Also, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a conbini memory or a conbini composition, please leave a message at anchor.fm/conbiniboys, or if you're in the U.S., you can dial us at 617-453-8207. Thanks, everybody, for listening. And Mike, hey, I'll see you at the conbini.
See you at the conbini.